Hi, folks, and welcome to an AIMHO 365 webinar. We are just about to get started, so we'll let some folks get logged in, and then I'll go ahead and introduce our presenters. Okay, we'll go ahead and get started. Like I said, this is an AIMHO 365 webinar called Welcome to AIMHO, and it's all about what to know, where to go, and who AIMHO is, just as an organization and a community. My name is Corinne Fagenstrom, and I am a member of the AIMHO 365 committee. I just want to give a big thank you first off to Corey and Catherine for not only developing this presentation, but being willing to share their knowledge with the region and help get new folks engaged in AIMHO, hopefully prior to our annual conference. So this webinar shouldn't be too long. I know Corey and Catherine are trying to be conscious of your time, but also provide a lot of information. We'll be taking questions throughout the presentation. So there should be a control panel that appeared in your upper right-hand corner of your computer monitor. If you have any questions about the material that's being covered, just feel free to submit a question and we'll try to answer it as best as we can. I'll be helping Corey and Catherine monitor the questions, and we'll make sure that those get answered by the end of the presentation. You should be able to view this presentation on your computer screen now, and I hope you all can hear me as you're watching the webinar. I have the attendees muted, so the microphone feature won't be able to work, but if you have a question or you need something, go ahead and ask it in that questions box, and we'll make sure to get to it. If everyone logged in can go ahead and test that feature by just letting us know who's tuning in and what school you're from and making sure that you all can hear. Again, feel free to tweet using hashtag AIMHO or @AIMHO. This webinar will be recorded and uploaded to the AIMHO 365 YouTube page, and we'll make sure that that link is available through the aimho.org website as soon as it's ready. So please be checking back to the AIMHO website for future webinars, and feel free to submit any webinar proposals that you all might have. We're always looking for great information and want to make sure that we're sharing with our colleagues around the region. At the end of this survey, there'll be a short survey, at the end of this webinar, there'll be a short survey. So if you have time and don't mind filling it out, that would help us a lot. And then again, just a huge welcome and thank you to Catherine and Corey for sharing their knowledge. So without further ado, I'll turn it over to them and we'll go ahead and get started.
Well, good morning.
Hello.
My name is Corey Shapiro. I serve as the Assistant Director of Leadership and Development at Arizona State University, and I have the pleasure of serving AIMHO as this year's AIMHO President.
Hello, I'm Catherine LaRoche. I'm an Assistant Director for Residential Life here at Arizona State University, and I have the pleasure of serving as the Senior Level Member at Large for AIMHO.
And as the title of this session suggests, it's not just Welcome to AIMHO. We do want to talk about what to know, where to go, and who we are, but this isn't just about the upcoming conference. We are going to talk a little bit about the conference, but we also want to make it very clear that AIMHO is a year-round experience. You don't have to go to our annual conference to be engaged with our association, but if you are there, there are some great opportunities, and Catherine and I will elaborate upon some of those. So we're excited that you're here with us. Thank you for taking the time to be with us. So without further ado, here we go. So what is AIMHO? So our association was founded in 1955. We just celebrated our big, what was it, the 60th year, or 55 years, 60 years. We've had we've had a couple of special logos we had created, but our association was created with the idea of bringing people together, bringing housing professionals together. And we recognize that a lot of our professionals have a variety of different experiences. Some are right out of grad school. Some are grad students. Some are entry-level professionals. We have a lot of mid-level professionals like Catherine and myself. And then you have senior housing officers. Many of us are in residential life, but we're not just an association for residential life professionals. You can be in any aspect of housing, whether you're with dining services, housing operations, business and finance, facilities management, guest and conference housing, and the list goes on. We have a place for you all regardless of what aspect of housing you may work in. And we want to bring you together, whether together at a conference or virtually, and connecting with others from across the region. So we have listservs. We have all sorts of different things that we're going to talk about during this webinar. But as a starting point, we just wanted you to understand what AIMHO is. Why were we created? It says the association's purpose is to work for continual improvement and coordination of housing and food services operations for both our student staff and our professional staff at universities and colleges across the country and beyond. We have in the past had Canadian institutions, as well as when you go to AIMHO Hawaii, you have all sorts of institutions from all across the world. So we're proud of our networking. We're proud of our communication and professional development, and we're always growing and expanding because of individuals like yourselves that are on this call. And we know some of you are on the call live, others will be listening to the recording later. But AIMHO is, as it says, it's just a great way to get involved and to connect with others, whether you're new to the area, whether you've been around year in, year out. I know individuals that come to the conference that get involved that have been around for 20 years, but never took the time to come to one of our conferences or sign up for a listserv until literally this year. And that's great. So with that said, that's AIMHO in a nutshell.
Awesome. And so now we're going to talk a little bit about what AIMHO can offer you. So the annual conference, as well as AIMHO 365 webinars, are a great way to present a topic you're interested in, as well as a great way to attend presentations on topics you're interested in learning more about. It's also a great way to meet new people, both in your state and throughout the region. I actually met Corey at my first AIMHO conference in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho back in 2010, before I started working at Arizona State University. So Corey, as well as many other members within our organization, are great people that you can connect with either at the conference or throughout the many opportunities to get involved. Presenting and bringing back information you learn at the conference to your home institution and getting involved in the organization is a great way to give back to the larger housing profession. We also offer various scholarships to make attending the conference affordable. Corey will chat about scholarships available to other conferences right now.
Yeah, so in addition to various AIMHO annual conference and pre-conference institute scholarships that are available, we also have scholarships, new professional scholarships that help our members make it to AIMHO Hawaii. That's our international association. It's the Association of College and University Housing Officers International. And that's going to be coming up the end of June in Portland this upcoming year. There's also scholarships. This is only the second year. We're going to have some STARS College scholarships for our undergrad students who are interested in going to a pre-conference institute before AIMHO Hawaii. And I know we had a number of AIMHO students that were there this past year, two of which got significant funding to attend. And finally, there are other scholarships that pop in and out. NHTI, the National Housing Training Institute, we have provided scholarships as part of our arrangement with the KU Hawaii to AIMHO members each year to make it out to that National Housing Training Institute.
And then in addition to scholarships, there's also the opportunity to recognize professionals either at your home institution or throughout the region that are doing really great things in the profession of housing by submitting an award nomination, which usually comes out after the fall semester starts, as well as we often try to advertise other opportunities to nominate professionals in our field through other organizations as well. And then last, I think my favorite part about being a part of AIMHO is just how welcoming the organization is, and how a lot of members who have been in the organization for a while are really great at encouraging newer professionals to get involved, whether that's joining a committee, submitting articles to the AIMHO Angle, just kind of really encouraging people to get involved and network and meet new people. And so it's basically just a great big family.
Yes. And we're going to put on your screen just very briefly on our AIMHO website. If you're we're assuming that you probably already are members of AIMHO, but a lot of people aren't aware of just the benefits. So what we're highlighting right now, these are just some of what Catherine and I have already shared with you. And I'd recommend that you take some time to look through that. Make sure that you're tapping all of these benefits. So yes, you can go to aimho.org on your own later to see if what those benefits are. I just clicked under membership to AIMHO institutional membership. So why should I get involved? And this is actually a picture taken with our leadership team. You have several groups of AIMHO members that make up really the behind the scenes of our association. You have our executive committee. You have that, which just consists of, I don't even know, about 8 of us. You have a larger group, the leadership team that makes up all of our committee chairs and co-chairs and the KU Hawaii Foundation rep, and then our executive committee. That's a group of almost 30 people. And of course, our host committee chairs, local arrangements chairs. But then you have committees, and we'll talk a little bit more about committees a little bit later. But we have literally about 100 volunteers within the AIMHO Association every year that keep our organization functioning and keep us growing as well. So this is AIMHO. This is a place you can go that I know Catherine and I consider this our professional home. There are so many different associations out there for student affairs professionals, regional, national, international. But there's just something special about this association and the people that make up this association. So as it says up on the screen, this is the place where we go when we need help, mentorship, community, and a place where we can learn and grow together. And it's so true. I know so many examples when I've called different people that when I had a question and I needed someone besides Arizona State University to chime in. But I also know there are times where some of our colleagues from other universities have called Catherine or myself, or people from ASU when they had questions about either certain topics or they just wanted to bounce something off us because of the relationship that we built with one another. So we hope you found a professional home, if not an AIMHO somewhere. But if you haven't yet, give AIMHO a chance, because we really pride ourselves of that home feel. Now, I know Catherine mentioned already through the mentorship, not just with me, but for other people. And it's been exciting because I've watched her do the same thing for other people since. There are so many people in our association that once they build the relationships and stay in touch with people and see them year in and year out, if they do go to the conference or make the effort outside of conferences to engage, there are a lot of people that have hopped from one university to another, to other jobs at higher levels, or just getting different experiences. And many of those changes are because of AIMHO, because of opportunities that they might not have otherwise known about. And Catherine getting some great experiences at another university and then coming to ASU, just one example of that. And now she's one of the veterans with me at ASU, which is exciting. So, yeah, this leads to new job opportunities, connections down the road. And if you're looking to get presentation experience under your belt, as it says, there are many ways to do that, whether it's presenting one of these webinars, working with our AIMHO 365 committee to create an experience like that, or if you're going to the annual conference, submitting a program presentation. I think I presented practically every year of, this is going to be my 14th AIMHO and 15th year involved with the association, and I think I presented every year that I've attended conferences. So that is what helps me get to where I am as a presenter.
Okay, so now let's talk a little bit about how you can get involved, and keep in mind there's many other ways too than what we'll mention, but we'll cover a variety of things. So first, as Corey mentioned, you'll definitely want to check out the AIMHO website because it just has a lot of great information to learn more about the history of AIMHO, some of the current things we're doing in the organization, as well as people that you can reach out to if you're interested to learn more about information regarding like committees that they oversee or initiatives that they're doing. And so highly recommend that you check out the website. I also highly recommend that you sign up for our quarterly newsletter, the AIMHO Angle, which you can do through the website also. I also recommend considering to submit an article on a topic either you're passionate about or maybe something that's happening on your campus that you would like to kind of share with the rest of the region. And so I think we're going to move over some info about the AIMHO Angle. So these are all of our past AIMHO angles that we've had in the most recent years. So as you can see, we try to feature a different institution within our organization for the covers, and then within the angle, there's just lots of great information about current things happening around the region and with the organization. The next thing we want to kind of talk about is just joining us at the annual conference. This year, the AIMHO annual conference is being held in Salt Lake City, Utah, where the University of Utah is hosting us on November 19th through the 21st. This is a great opportunity to attend an affordable conference where you can network with other housing professionals, learn about topics in our field, and meet some of our corporate partners. So we're going to move over what the schedule looks like for our conference so that hopefully you can get excited about what's to come.
And we have some descriptions at the end of the schedule as well, because there are so many different unique aspects to this conference compared to other conferences. This is all linked through this website, housing.utah.edu/AIMHO.
So this is our annual conference website. So this information, if you are attending the conference or even if you're not and you just want to see what we're doing at the conference, this gives you all the information you need to know about registering for the conference, our schedule, guest speakers that we have, hotel lodging, traveling around the city and to the city, and just information about the University of Utah, and just a lot of great info that I highly recommend, especially if you're attending the conference. Check out this website so you are in the loop of everything that you should know prior to attending. As well as you should know that if you haven't booked your hotel, you should do that. There is a discounted rate available until Sunday at midnight. So you'll want to make sure that if you're going to the conference and haven't booked your hotel, that you do that to get the discounted rate. And then the last thing I want to talk about on this topic is joining one of our 8 committees or becoming a state and provincial representative or even running for an executive board position. These are definitely great opportunities to get a little bit more involved in the organization. The call for committee members and SPRs will go out each year or at the AIMHO annual conference. And if you're not attending, don't worry. You can still sign up by going to the website, and watching our social media to see when those opportunities to sign up, which usually happens right after the conference.
Yeah, and these committees range from the committee that puts on the webinars, AIMHO 365, that Corinne is our chair for. We have our pre-conference institute committees. We have our assessment information, awards and recognition, diversity and social justice, our host committees, our local arrangements committees, marketing, program, the list goes on. And as far as our executive committee, we put out a call out for any nominations, anyone who wants to submit their own name who's interested, back on October 8th. And so I believe November 1st we're closing applications, and then anyone after that point of time, unless we extend it, can, if no one's running, can certainly run from the floor. But we're hoping, if you're interested, apply by November 1st, and let Catherine or I will give you our information at the end of the webinar. Let us know if you're interested, and we can connect you with that application. It's very easy to fill out. It's just a letter of interest, a letter of support from a supervisor, and a photo. That's it. No speeches are necessary. Anyway, how to get involved? So do the thing. When Catherine joined, there's Catherine and I and a bunch of our ASU friends from over the years. When Catherine and I got involved with AIMHO when we were at the same institution, we decided we wanted to bring conference to ASU. And that was part of the experience. We wanted to give back. We hadn't hosted since 1971. And next thing we know, we got to host the 2018 conference this past year. And we had an amazing experience doing that. And that we did our thing. So we want you to do your thing. And that might not be hosting a conference, but we want you to become a part of AIMHO. By being on this call, that's a great starting point. We want to see dedicated professionals to take this organization to the next level. We know that those of you that are just getting out of grad school, you're our future. And some of you are our present too, because you're already involved with some of these committees, attending sessions at annual conference or 365 webinars, and sharing great questions and insight. But we need your input, your expertise, your insights. Otherwise, we'll never grow as an organization, and that's so important to us. We know that it's not even just about the committees and our annual conference. We do so much with the students too. In fact, I'll be attending the IACR conference on behalf of our association in just 1 week. We host the RAPIN conference each year, which is a student staff conference. The University of Wyoming just put on a great conference, and where resident assistants or community advisors attended and had a great time getting what we get out of AIMHO, they get out of RAPIN. So you matter, your ideas matter, and we just want to help you get out there and get those ideas out there and connect with others and learn from one another.
Awesome. So we hope that you're excited and probably wondering what else you can do. We hope that you'll consider submitting a program proposal next summer for the 2020 AIMHO annual conference, as well as join a committee or sign up to be an SPR after the conference. Also, something new that we're doing, if you're at a 2-year college with housing, let us know. We want to hear from you and help develop some programs that will speak to your experiences.
And if you're not the person from your institution who has been to AIMHO before or on committees, talk to them. Talk to those who are already engaged from your institution. And if you're not, we're hoping that you can connect with us. We would love to assist you in becoming more engaged. We know that there are approximately 97 institutions that we counted within our association. Not all of them are members at this time, but all of those 97 have at some point in the last 10 years been affiliated. And we know that there's transitions and turnover at many of our institutions at some point over the years. So some of us may have been involved, and then our schools may have been involved, and then haven't been the last so many years, as there's no one who has that institutional knowledge. Talk to Catherine, talk to myself, talk to anyone else from the executive committee, or someone from another school that you may know who's been involved. We will gladly answer questions, get you more involved. It is not too late to sign up for the annual conference. It's not too late until Sunday, at least, to get our discounted rate at the Marriott Salt Lake downtown City Creek. I don't even believe it's too late to sign up for our pre-conference institutes. We have AIMHO College for our entry-level professionals. We have AIMHO Symposium for some of our professionals who are just past that entry-level point. We have our Senior Housing Officer Institute for aspiring and current senior housing officers. And all three of those institutes are going to bring some great dialogues and just connections for our AIMHO members. While some come just for that, very few do because everyone wants to stick around for the actual annual conference. And I know we'll be electing a number of executive committee members. We'd love to do our recognition. I know that we'll be awarding some scholarships at that time as well. It's an exciting time to be involved and at the conference, but if you can't make it, that's okay. There is plenty you can do with our association. So again, my email, just both of our emails, they're our first name dot last name at asu.edu. It's a coincidence that we're both at ASU, or maybe not, I don't know. Mm-hmm. But all of our other executives are from schools across the region. And so with that said, that's what we wanted to share with you today. I know some of you may have some questions, so we are going to invite Corinne to share with us some of those questions, if there are any.
So far, we don't have any questions. So if you're listening to this webinar and you have questions for Catherine and Corey now, they'd be happy to take them. If not, we also understand this is like a busy season for a lot of folks. And so like Corey and Catherine both mentioned, they're very willing and open to have a phone call conversation or just exchange over email. Or even if you are able to attend the conference and want to chat with them in person while you're there, I think anybody from the executive team, but especially Corey and Catherine, would be happy to chat with you. It seems like you all did a great job of covering all the. Don't have any questions. As a reminder, this webinar was recorded and we'll upload it to YouTube and make sure that that link goes out. Be on the lookout again for any upcoming webinars. And again, if you have suggestions for webinars or you're willing to present, we'd love to chat with you. You can reach out to the AIMHO 365 committee members or, shoot Corey and Catherine an email as well, as they've both been webinar presenters in the past. Again, a big thank you to Corey and Catherine for sharing their knowledge and their experience in the AIMHO region and with this community that we have. And we wish you all a great weekend.
Yeah, thank you for joining us.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.